Me personally, I mean, after I got out of high school, just went really down a bad path, just, drinking, doing drugs and stuff like that. And for a year, 2 years, it was just all blank, just autopilot the whole time. And
Welcome back to another video. This is season 5 with another one like this one is being posted on the channel. This is season 5, episode 1. Who am I here with?
you're here with Abraham Campos.
Campos, where are you from originally?
Been born and raised here in Texas, Dallas.
So what bring you to this organization?
Well, 2 years ago, when I got out of high school, I was in Lubbock, Texas, flying airplanes. I wanted to be a pilot first, but, life happens. Had to move back here in Dallas, and being a pilot here in Dallas is way more expensive than where I was. So after a while, I took like a year break and then started to figure out that, got to get back into it. So I was looking around in schools, and this aviation thing really stood out to me, especially, still sticking with planes and stuff. It, just caught my eye.
So as you know, we do elaborate and get more deeper in the conversation and do get more vulnerable and, just talk a little bit more.
Right.
So where do you see yourself in 5 years from now?
In 5 years, hopefully, hopefully I'm working for a company, that's for sure. And I want to be for an airline, hopefully internationally, because that's where I think the money's at. But I know it's gonna take a lot of effort to get to that point. But firstly, my first year out of here, I know I'm gonna just be doing training, working again, and just learning a whole bunch of new stuff. Because I know what we're learning here compared to what we actually do at work is gonna be completely different.
Yeah, it's a totally different atmosphere out there. Out here, it's predominantly just learning the instruments and the tools. Like you said, you were a pilot, man. So let me tell you about myself a little bit. So I was in a local school that offered the piloting system, and I also went that route. So the first goal was for me to be a pilot, and that's still my end goal, to be a commercial pilot or really a private pilot. And you do a little bit side business on that. So what made me join the maintenance field was because, like I said, you can't fix planes. You can't fly planes without fixing planes.
Right.
So that made me go on the maintenance side. But as we do elaborate with the questioning, man. So just to go back with that one, where do you see yourself in a year from now?
In a year, hopefully already hired by a big company or even a private company, wherever they get me. Firstly, it's just about getting experience. And wherever I'm able to get experience, no matter how much it is or from who or from what, as long as I'm getting it and seeing progress, that's where I'm trying to be at in a year.
So a year from now, you're just trying to basically just be placed anywhere that give you experience in this field.
Yes, sir.
So, as we do elaborate with the questioning, man, so we are not sponsored by the school we go to right now. So just because you see the logos and see the exams, that does not mean we're being sponsored. We are just public interview like this. This is another podcast on the series, like I said, as we do elaborate. The next question is, man, how do you feel about the politicians in your state of residence? What could they do different that you will allow and pass?
My body kind of aches being right next to the radio engine from all the vibration.
So let me elaborate, man. So what laws would you pass or legislations or basically what would you change in this state if you could?
I would say, firstly, how our overtime works, how they tax our overtime and things like that. Because with me, I like getting what I'm putting in, the effort that I'm putting in.
It's straight out of the headers.
I want to make sure I'm getting it back. So if I give a company or whatever more than 40 hours, I want to feel like I'm getting that back. It's worth me giving them more of my time.
That's actually good for the engine.
Okay, so what you're saying is that you predominantly will be more out there as you do progress.
Yeah.
So
That's good for the engine.
if you was offered to able to change what you're going through right now, what is one big change you think you done after you graduated?
It would decrease power.
After I graduate,
Yes, after you graduate, what big change do you think you're able to succeed when you graduate?
Nope.
I'm
No
gonna
gas, no mufflers. No headers?
Well,
No, it's got headers on it, but, you know. It
I'm gonna
runs.
need,
So it's shooting out.
once I graduate, I'm gonna need more connections. I feel
Yeah.
like I haven't put my name out there, or like haven't been looking even now,
Well, not
like
now.
Into the engine.
where exactly I want to be or anything. Because I'm saying,
The header
you know,
comes in,
I
so
wanna.
stomp it.
In a year from now, I want to be in a company or working for someone, but that's just not going to get handed to me. I need to actually go look for it and stuff like that. And that's where I think I need to improve.
So it is.
I need to actually, communicate with people and see where I could start instead of just saying, "Oh, I want to start anywhere." I need to have a specific route.
So, you know, as you do elaborate with the questioning, man, so as you do, like, pertain in this situation, so how do you feel about abortion?
Abortion? I mean, you know, everybody to their own thing, but the way I was raised, obviously, I'm very religious, and to me, it doesn't seem right, but I know there's instances where it's not planned, you know, and life happens, there's bad people out there, and not everybody, you know, is able to take care of a kid or anything like
It
that.
doesn't run on the
But
back like a conventional
me personally, if it was just in the aspect of like, oh, I didn't take care of myself, like I was just my boyfriend or this random dude or whatever, and you know they got the girl pregnant, you kind of have to, you know, be responsible for your actions. But then there's other instances where like, you know, they were forced to or anything like that, and that's where, you know, it's agreeable. You could, you know, me as a religious person, I always have to say that. No, life is precious.
So to elaborate, man, so you don't feel like woman's body's woman's choice? So you don't, that's what it sounds like. So woman's body's woman's choice, correct or no?
No, yeah, it's definitely their choice. I mean, at the end of the day, it's their choice.
So you
But-
feel like they should have that right and that option, correct?
No, they should have that right, definitely. Because, like I said, there's instances where, like, you know, that kid wasn't completely planned or anything like that. But if it was an instance where, you know, it's just that they didn't take care of themselves, they didn't wrap it up, you know, you gotta
You gotta live
take
with that
accountability
consequence.
to your actions. Yeah, but like I said, at the end of the day, their body, their choice. But, you know, if it was just you having fun, you gotta take accountability for that. But if it was the other opposite direction, you know that people, there's bad people out there that use girls and then, you know, leave them be and leave them with trauma and stuff like that. I don't think a kid is gonna be helping them out. That's their choice right there. If they want to keep her or not, that's understandable. Because, you know, you have to feel for them. Like, if they went through something, that's their choice. They, however they want to, you know, deal with it, that's okay.
Oh my God. Okay.
So what's one situation you can elaborate that made you be unlifted? You know, like as a question I'm asking you is that what is one incident that actually motivated you to like go out there and thrive for better? Basically like improve yourself. What made you get your drive?
Me personally, I mean, after I got out of high school, just went really down a bad path, just, you know, drinking, doing drugs and stuff like that. And for a year, 2 years, it was just all blank, just autopilot the whole time. And it took me a while to like mature and like realize that what I was doing to myself wasn't just, you know, just affecting me, but it was affecting everybody else around me.
Mentally, physically.
Yeah, physically, mentally, it was affecting me and the people around me, my loved ones.
And socially,
and everything. Yeah,
mentally, physically,
yeah,
spiritually,
everything. It
and
affects you.
economically,
Yeah.
and financially.
Yeah, money, spiritually. I mean, I was striding away from all the good that I was doing and getting into the bad. People were leaving me, friends were leaving me, and I don't blame them. I mean, you know, I wasn't in any way doing good to them or to myself. So, you know, at some point you gotta put yourself first. And, well, yeah. That's what gave me my drive. I realized how much I was losing and how much I could actually gain if I actually just, you know, put myself
Put
together.
your mind to it and
Yeah.
actually focus on one task.
Exactly.
You know, not multitask,
Yeah.
but also focus on tasks.
Yeah, and I mean, it has to do a lot with the people you surround yourself with. I mean, that was
So
been-
the next question, man, that was actually gonna be the next question. how do you change the people around you when nobody wants to change? You know, like what should you do differently, or
Yeah,
expire or what?
Yeah, I mean, when I was in those moments, I was hanging out with people that, yeah, they had no goals, they had no nothing. All they would invite me, saying, oh, let's go drink, let's go smoke, let's go do this. And in the moment, it felt like, oh, these people care about me, they want to hang out with me, whatever. But it's really up to oneself. The people around you, you don't have control over that. You only have control over what you do. And you have to separate yourself from that group. You have to let them be. I mean, if that ends up you being alone, that's better off.
So you'd rather be isolated from civilization just to make yourself better?
Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, you got to put yourself first. I mean,
So like, what is the 3 things that a person should always put in their mind to consider for them to be a better individual? 3 things. Just say 3 things. What is 3 things that I should live by every day?
I mean, one, like, no matter how bad people treat you or whatever, you have to do good on your own. Like, if someone's being bad to you, mean to you, don't take that to heart. You show them love regardless. I mean, like I said, I'm a very religious person. I mean, Jesus says, love your enemies. And that's exactly what I've been doing. I mean, if you let those people hate on you and you let those people get to you, it's going to corrupt your mind. You're going to turn out the same way. You're going to start judging people. You're going to start being mean and all that. And that's one. 2, I mean, just respect yourself. You have to respect yourself.
So like, what could they find you at in here? Like TikTok, Instagram, social media wise, YouTube. Like, elaborate. Like, what could they find you at on here? Like Instagram, TikTok, social media.
Wait, say that again.
What could they find you at on here? Like Instagram, TikTok, social media. Like, what type of social media can they find you on? Like Twitter, X,
on Instagram.
Facebook?
Yeah, they can find me on Instagram. On my ad's YoungAbe_04. And that's where I'm at. But yeah, you want me to keep going with the other?
Yeah, you can keep going back. Yeah, you can elaborate with the same one.
I was saying you gotta respect yourself, and 2, I mean, you gotta have pride in yourself. You gotta know your worth. You gotta, people say it's bad being egoistic and stuff, and it is to a certain point. Don't think that you're better than everybody. Know that you're here for a reason. You have a purpose. And nobody can take that away from you. It's up to you to put your mind to it and say that I'm worth it. I can't let people bring me down or anything like that. But yeah, and I mean, 3rd one, 4th one is you gotta love yourself. I mean, if you can't love yourself, you can't respect yourself. Don't expect other people to do it. So yeah.
So say them all again.
So
you got to say them all with one word.
All right. Respectful, self-love, and I'm gonna just say responsibility. You gotta be responsible. Gotta be respectful, responsible, and self-love.
I see. I can go for that. I can go for it. Like I said, make sure you guys like, follow, share, comment, stay engaged, tap that screen, post that bell, like, follow, share. So let me see what you guys want. This is season 5, episode 1. We're back with another amazing episode on here. This is another one that is going to be on the channel. Don't mind the background information. We are in the library. This is going to be a different position. The next future episode is going to be a little more quiet. Like I said, what can they find you at one more time?
YoungAbe_04 on Instagram.
Until next time, you guys. Peace out.